Hey guys, NCSFan001 here, welcoming you to another one of those trophy list analysis videos you guys seem to enjoy. Today's game is 7 Days to Die. It is coming out, so far the trophy list is only for PS4, I believe it is only coming out on 8th gen, probably PC as well. The game comes with 44 total trophies, 1 platinum, 3 golds, 8 silvers, 32 bronzes, worth a total of 1,170 points. So a little bit less than some games. The game, as far as I know, and it comes out apparently on June 28th as well, the game, as far as I know, is some kind of zombie apocalypse-style survival horror game with a touch of Minecraft thrown in, as well as PvP modes. Now, a big part of this is going to come down to if these trophies can be done in a single playthrough, like if you have to do them without dying or something, or if the game features permadeath and everything, because I'm not entirely sure how all that stuff works. I don't know that much about this game. So a lot of it is going to be dependent on factors like that. If there's permadeath, if you can do these things over multiple lives, stuff like that. So we're going to start out with the basic trophies that don't belong to any specific category. First off, we have the Platinum Trophy, which is just called 100% Clear with a very long definition. Cause he's the Axeman, craft your first stone axe. Good in the sack, place your first bedroll. Playing Doctor, stop a critical bleed out with a bandage, first aid bandage, or first aid kit. Handyman, craft your first wood frame. The Homestead Act, place your first land claim. All of those should be very easy and will probably come very quickly in like even a single playthrough, so those are probably your easy miscellaneous trophies. Now we start to get into the groupings of trophies, and generally these are going to be 3 bronze and 1 silver, or 2 bronze, 1 silver, 1 gold for these different groupings of various objectives. So we have Alexander Bell, craft 50 items, Ben Franklin, craft 500 items, Henry Ford, craft 1,500 items, and Thomas Edison, the silver of the group, craft 5,000 items. So, like I said, a lot of these are going to be heavily dependent on whether or not they can be done. They have to be done in like a single life or anything, but given some of the future trophies, I very, very highly doubt they will. So I don't think they're going to be as bad. They might just be very, very grindy. So then we have the Gravedigger, kill 10 zombies. The Embalmer, kill 100 zombies. The Mortician, kill 500 zombies. And our first gold trophy, the Funeral Director, kill 2,500 zombies. That sounds like a grind, and I kind of doubt that can be done in a single life. I feel like that's going to be pretty tricky. Napoleon, kill 10 players. Julius Caesar, kill 100 other players. Genghis Khan, kill 500 other players. And the silver of the group, Alexander the Great, kill 2,500 other players. So that's the one that makes me think you don't obviously have to do all this in a single life. And plus, I believe the PvP mode is separate, or or depending on the server type, it'll either be like cooperative or, non-cooperative against each other. But still, 2,500 other players? That's ridiculous. I mean, there aren't going to be that many people playing this game, I don't think, unless it gets really, really popular. So that's going to require a lot of boosting or just ridiculous amounts of play. Okay, so now we have some easier grind trophies. Christopher Columbus traveled 10 kilometers. Ferdinand Magellan traveled 50 kilometers. Marco Polo traveled 250 kilometers. And the silver of the group, Neil Armstrong, traveled 1,000 kilometers. Those are just very grindy. Most likely those aren't necessarily difficult. Bite the Dust, die 5 times. Knock 'em Dead, die 25 times. Your Number's Up, die 100 times. And the silver of the group, Meet Your Maker, die 500 times. So you're getting trophies for dying 500 times. Apparently they expect people to die a lot in this game. And even that, 500 deaths is going to take a ridiculous amount of time. Alive and Kicking reached 125 in wellness. Fit as a Fiddle reached 150 in wellness. Healthy as a Horse reached 175 in wellness. And the silver of the group, the Picture of Good Health, reached 200 in wellness. So I assume that's like your overall health, dehydration, hunger, security, stuff like that. So I assume that one's probably not quite as difficult, but you never know. Scavenger, score 10 in a single game. Adventurer, score 50 in a single game. Nomad scored 250 in a single game. And the silver, there's actually a silver and a gold for this one. Warrior scored 500 in a single game. Survivalist scored 1,000 in a single game. So those are basically, I assume, having to get these scores without actually dying. So I don't know exactly how much 1,000 will be. It depends on like how many points you get for doing specific actions. So that one could be pretty tricky, and that could actually be required to be online or something. So if so, that would obviously not be the easiest thing in the world. And then we have two sort of climbing-based trophies, if you could call it that, on top of the world. Get up to the 255-meter height in a game. That's probably not that difficult. I mean, I'm sure there's a certain place you can do it because the game has both procedurally generated and, I believe, a massive non-procedurally generated world, or not technically procedurally generated. I'm sure that like the zombies and stuff would be. And then dig deep, get down to 3 meters or bedrock in a game, so a lot of digging below, but neither of those are probably that challenging. The Polar Bear Club, spelled not like the word bear should be in terms of the animal. Be naked, feels like temperature 0 or lower, and 100% wet. That sounds pretty awful, but I'm sure there's a certain way you can do it. Dirty Larry, kill 44 punks with a 44 Magnum. So obviously that requires you to both find a 44 Magnum, unless you were to start with one, which I highly doubt you would, and kill 44 enemies, I don't know if that means zombies or humans, or raiders or something, with that Magnum. Evel Knievel, break your leg. That's probably pretty easy. And now we have the last set of trophies, and these, again, could be quite challenging. Brush with Death, 50 minutes lived in a single-player game. Near-Death Experience, 150 minutes lived in a single-player game. That's about 2.5 hours. Cheated Death, 500 minutes lived in a single-player game. That's approximately 8 hours and 20 minutes. And now this one, a gold trophy. Nearly Immortal, 1,250 minutes lived in a single-player game. So given that the zombies get tougher over time, 1,250 minutes is about 20.8 hours. 20 hours, 50-ish minutes. That's pretty freaking ridiculous to ask of us. So, and since it has to be single-player, it sounds like in a single game, so that could be pretty challenging. So, overall, like I said, I don't necessarily know that much about this game yet, but some of these trophies look like they're going to be an absolute hellish grind to get. Like, some of these might not be difficult, especially if you can do them over multiple matches, but they look just ridiculous amounts of time needed to get all of them. Otherwise, some of these other ones, like 1,250 minutes lived in a single-player game, that's pretty ridiculous. That is over 20 hours you have to survive. And so, yeah, a lot of these do sound like they could be quite challenging, or at the very least, extremely grind-heavy. So I'm going to put this trophy list currently at around a 6 out of 10 in difficulty until we find out a little bit more about like how long you can go with these various trophies, as well as about 200 hours to platinum at this point in time. Now, there's always a possibility that could change. There might be easier ways to do it. They might glitch or exploit or something like that. But for now, I think this is going to be a pretty challenging and time-consuming platinum trophy. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, this trophy list analysis, and I'll see you for more in the future.